right, we're going to add to the stage, and here we are. Super, super, super. Happy to be here. Ready to get started. Feeling good, fired up. Great morning, great morning. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Now we go. Super, super morning, everyone on Instagram, everyone on Facebook, and everybody on YouTube. It is super to see you. I see you in many different places. It's wonderful. It's a good feeling. Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. I see where you're coming in from. Great morning, Florida. Blessed morning, Bahamas. Blessed morning, Tampa. Iconic morning. Iconic morning. D. Walker inspires. Got to give you that. All right. So listen, let's go. I believe that we have to get value going and going as quickly as we can. I'm having some little mini challenges, but we get to choose to love to overcome them. And here we are. Super morning. Great to see you. And super thanks to you. I hope you are all mirrored up this morning. Okay. And if you're wondering exactly what does that mean, mirrored up? Well, those who got it. And if you didn't, just keep coming back to this podcast and you'll get it sooner or later. It's very valuable that you continue to come here and you will learn some things. We will learn some things and grow together. That being said, today on the Mitch Race podcast and post Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day and post Valentine's Day, to those of you who have found your significant others and those of you who are just loving up, we're going to have a double take on all of this. So it's all good. Okay. Relationships, no relationships, boot up, not boot up, and married, unmarried. Listen, as long as you're good and you're happy and you're loving somewhere and you find love in your heart, that's what this is about. And you're loving someone and making somebody else's life special. Because I know some incredible, incredible married people, single people out here, single fathers, single mothers, who and people who are just trying to find where they need to be, and some who already know. So it's great. Um, okay, we're going to find out what's going on here, but it's going to be all right. We're going to keep going. Now, before anyone thinks, okay, it's because today we're going to talk about, let me go back. Today on the Mitch Race podcast and post Valentine's Day, we're going to talk about relationships and self-esteem and Valentine's Day a little bit. Now, before anyone thinks that I'm shifting gears and going in a whole new direction, let me make myself clear, really clear. Are you listening? Okay, make sure you get yourself a pad and paper too while you're at it. But I want you to really listen. I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to get that paper and pad ready. 5, okay? Or get your notes ready. Before anybody thinks I'm going in a whole different direction, I am not, nor do I have any intention on being a relationship counselor or advisor or changing the format of my podcast to support such. Are we clear on that? If we are clear, put that in the comments that we are clear that that's not where I'm coming from. That's point number 1. Point number 2, anything that I share on this podcast is for the improvement of one's self-image, self-esteem, confidence, and self-worth. And I want you to keep all of that in perspective. Because honestly, because I don't want anybody coming after me and saying all of a sudden, do not get off this podcast. I'm telling you right now, and go to your partner, your significant other, your lover, and say, well, Mitch Race talked about I'm confident and I know my value and I'm going to put on my shoes and walk. Don't you even do that. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Talking about it's about time I put my foot down. No, 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 no. Do not do that. I'm telling you, no, no. So as long as we're clear on that, put that in the comments too. Okay? Let's get real clear. This is my goal, to share insights and strategies to help people gain insight into some of the things in relationships that can lower or negatively impact one's self-esteem or self-image. One can get stuck You know it, I know it, and those who are stuck in it, they know it too. So let's keep this 100. It's going to be about keeping this really, really 100. We're all adults here and we're going to talk like adults and we're going to figure it out. Let me share a stat with you. Did you know that after Valentine's Day, over 1 million Facebook users change their relationship status to in a relationship? Now let's contrast this with another stat. According to Bumble, and Bumble, if you don't know it or not, is an online dating and networking application that launched in 2014. Bumble says about 7% of US adults break up on or around Valentine's Day. This includes 6% who break up right before and 6% who break up right after. So let's stop right here and go in for some immediate insight and value. If you or someone you know falls in the breakup category, here are some quick tips for coping with a breakup. And I can see that you hear me. Wonderful. Tips for coping with a breakup: acknowledge your feelings, but don't let them control you. You should acknowledge how you feel. And I can't, nor can anyone really tell you how to feel. God honest truth. And this is for men too, because we have feelings too, and we deal with our breakups and relationships in different ways, some not good. The key, perhaps, is not to let your feelings, your emotions, get in a car without you and drive angry down the road and be cray cray. Okay? I'm telling you right now, that is not the way to do it. Don't go getting in your car and driving angry, crying all the way. Ah, no, you shouldn't have. You couldn't have. And and you hit somebody, kill somebody, or something like that. Things have happened. I know it's kind of funny in a way, but you know it has happened. We've seen it. We've seen it. This ain't nothing new. Okay. So deal with your feelings, acknowledge your feelings. Just don't let them control you. Do not let the emotions control you and drive you into doing something, saying things that that are just not going to be very, very helpful. They're going to be hurtful. And we're going to talk more about that too. Reframe Valentine's Day. Here's another tip for coping with a breakup. Reframe Valentine's Day as a celebration of love. If you're into Valentine's Day, some people are not, and that's okay too. Everyone listening to this podcast today, I don't want you to humor me. I really want you to think about what I'm going to say. Really think about. So put your ear closer. What I'm about to say to you. Okay? Think about this for a minute. How did you love yesterday on Valentine's Day? How did you love yesterday? Who did you love yesterday? Who? If it was personal, did you love spiritually? Did you love the Lord? Did you love yourself? Did you love others? How did you love? It's just a question. No judgment. Total questions. How about yourself? How did you love them? How did you love you? Um, did you take in the spirit of love? And were you happy for those who were celebrating their day, their way? Or did you kind of like underneath your breath, kind of like curse them, or were you hating on them? Because that's not love. So, how did you love? And how are you loving today? Reframe it. If you are one of those Valentine's Day people, reframe it. Reframe Valentine's Day as a celebration of love. And we can do that. All of us can do that in the spirit of it if we think about it. Reframe it. Reframe yourself with values of love to go forth with a goal to live them each day in a meaningful way. More tips. Avoid social media triggers. Avoid social media triggers to cope with a breakup. I'm sure there were a lot of great, loving, and beautiful posts and stories. So I don't want to take away from the positive aspect of things. And I don't want to just look at the dark side of things either. But know that it's okay to champion those stories and the beautiful posts and all those kind of things. It's okay to celebrate and champion those. I'm also sure there was no shortage of the other side of things, which were breakups online, via text, people breaking up on text, hanging up on each other on the phone, which is a form of social media too. Toxicity, jealousy, and envy. Either way, social media triggers can act like poison arrows and go straight to the heart, just like that song said on my post. And out of the heart, some things can be said that can be hurtful, hurtful, and I mean hurtful and damaging to one's self esteem and self value. If you have been there, you don't have to put that in the comments, but if you can relate and if you're finding value in what I am saying, please, by all means, put that in. Take a minute to engage so that we can help ourselves learn and help others past this. And I want you to share this podcast with those who may be going through it. That's what we should be doing. Let's share the wealth, help others. Another tip for coping with a breakup: practice self care and self love. This kind of brings us back to uh, reframing Valentine's Day as a celebration of love. Did you do something special for you yesterday? Are you planning on doing something special for you today? How about just you? Because you have value and worth, particularly and even more so if you're coping with a breakup around this time. Mhm. I want to say something. We define ourselves in a lot of different ways. If you're defining yourself in your breakup or as your breakup, you need to, you get to choose to love to restructure your language. You are not your breakup. As a matter of fact, you are your buildup. You are not your breakup. You are your buildup. Write that down. That's valuable. And if you practice self care and self love in the framework of your buildup, you may be able to cope with your breakup in a way that aligns your self image, how you see yourself. So find ways to care for yourself and love yourself and position yourself, align yourself to love others. And there are many simple ways to do this. And let's face this, because you might not really be feeling like loving others when you're going through and coping with your breakup. And you may not even feel the same way about that person either, obviously. Loving them, loving you is hard, but you must do it, and you know it. So, did you know when breakups are most likely? Does anybody know that? I found this out. Breakups are most likely the Tuesday before Valentine's Day, also known as Red Tuesday. And it's the most common day for breakups. Red Tuesday is the most common day for breakups. This is because the holiday prompts people to reevaluate their relationships. I had a thought. We should have a day to reevaluate our relationships with ourselves and reevaluate our self image, reevaluate our self esteem, reevaluate our confidence, and reevaluate our value. Our value. We should have a day for that. I'd like to start that trend. So instead of Red Tuesday, how about Triumphant Tuesday for you, celebrating your victories, celebrating your self image, your love for yourself, your love for God, your love for others, a productive, a powerful way of loving yourself and establishing a relationship with you. So, yeah, there you go. The Tuesday before, who knew? Healing after a breakup, let's talk about that. There is no set timeline for healing after a breakup, but they say the first 1 to 3 weeks are usually the hardest. The amount of damage that can be done to how one sees themselves and how worthless one can feel during that time period like that, during a time period like that, is unfathomable. People really go through it. Pain is pain. And your self image and your self esteem and your confidence, not everyone recovers from that. Not everyone recovers from that. You know this. We know this to be fact. And we see the results of people who don't recover from uh, from breaking up during Valentine's Day or on Valentine's Day or right after. If you want to talk about breakups in general, the same. If you're getting value from this, please put value in. And if you're relating, put relating in, R in. And I really hope you're listening to this because this is some important stuff. Someone's self image is on the line, someone's self esteem is on the line, someone's confidence, how they see themselves, how they feel about themselves, determining their own worth and value. They can be stuck with relationship problems. It could be someone online right now. So we got to take this seriously. As I said, self image, self esteem, those things are like the wind, they're invisible until you feel them. Until you feel the wind, you don't know if it's cold. You don't even know if it's there. You don't see it, but you feel it. And then when you feel it, it's time to do something about it. So I know we just talked about Valentine's Day, but I really want to give you a few positive, really positive aspects of high self esteem in relationships. So now we're going to go up, we're going to go higher. Okay. And here are some. High self esteem can be found in healthy boundaries, setting healthy boundaries. People with high self esteem are more comfortable in setting boundaries and asserting their needs in a relationship. Males, please give an ear. I want you males to really put your ear to this podcast and give it a listen. Please give an ear. It's about your self respect and your respect for your partner, and not about your ego or your power. Because some of us really do, as men, young men, older men, middle aged men, really do take it there. And it is very damaging to someone's self esteem and value. And we're here to what? Bring up the value, bring up our partner's value, bring up our value, bring up our confidence, let the other person feel that they're heard, that they're seen, that they're known, that they're important. And in order to do that, we have to place healthy boundaries. And both sides have to understand that boundaries have to be placed. It is what keeps, it is what helps, it is what binds and develops a healthy relationship and healthy self esteem and self image. How it's seen, how it feels. High self esteem can be found in open communication. When you start opening up your communication with each other, then you raise your self esteem. You raise the value and the height of that self esteem. You boost it. This openly expresses, when you openly express your feelings and your concerns with your partner, you foster trust and understanding. That's the result of having high self esteem and open communication. That's happened to me before. When you don't have open communication, you you put up walls, and either you're behind that wall and the other person's behind that wall. And no matter what it is you say, even if you try to say something positive and you're trying to put things in a positive spin, it still comes back negative. It's the equivalent of both parties not being able to hear each other because they don't really truly have open communication, and now there are regrets and there's resistance. These things are very damaging to one's self-esteem, one's confidence, one's level of of uh, of worth and value. So, learning how to have high self-esteem and a better self-image forms positive self-perception. And high self-esteem can help couples and singles. This is not just about couples. This is about people who are single as well. Navigate challenges and conflicts more effectively. And I really hope that you got value because I'm bringing this thing in for a landing now. And I really hope that you, in today's podcast about relationships, Valentine's Day, and self esteem, has been really super helpful, and that it encouraged you to learn more and to make a commitment and investment in yourself to grow in your own self esteem and self image journey. I can tell you that it's helped me along my own image and self worth journey. And it has paid and continues to pay dividends as I go on and share. And I didn't share my statement with you about who I am and what I do. I am Mitch Race. I'm an image strategist, and I help middle aged to seasoned professional men and women who are distracted, unclear, and don't know their value gain clarity and vision so that they can become the best version of themselves while earning the desired high level income to match their image. And I want to just say this to you, and I'm talking to you. I am talking to you out there. Are you distracted? Are you unclear? Are you unconfident? Are you low on confidence? Your productivity? Don't know or understand your value? Let me tell you now, I have been there, and I'm so much more clearer, confident, and sure of who I am, and I'm here and can help you become the best version of yourself. I can help with all of those things and help you with your productivity. Reach out to me, DM me, messenger me, and I'll send you my calendar link. And that's a serious offer because time is valuable, and my time is valuable, and you are valuable. You can make an appointment, and that will get you on my calendar for a free session with me to set you up with a strategy to win in 2025. Again, it's free time with me, and I guarantee you it will be valuable time with me, and it will help you. It is free, but you have to take the next step yourself. DM me. Masterclass 1 coming up. I want you to watch this space carefully because I'm telling you it's coming up. But in the meantime, reframe your vision, reframe your value, and reframe your victory. Yeah, got to give you a big smile. I hope you got one for somebody else out there. This has been the Mitch Race Podcast. I want to thank you, everybody. And I hope you have an amazing, amazing week. And I'm going to take a quick look. I'm going to bop into some of your comments. I see you out there on Facebook, by the way. I'm going to look at some of those. Great value received. I'm glad you love the statement. I'm going to take a quick look and bop over to Instagram. I want to thank you, Florida. I see. I see. Yeah, Lord knows that's the truth. No open communication. Things come back negative. I know you know that. Yes, there will be a part two. Wow, took us up to 35,000 feet, went smoothly through turbulence, and touched down like a professional ballerina. Nice job, brother. Thank you so very, very much, DC. Glad you got value, Bahamas. There's a blessing to be discovered in discovering one's capacity to love another person absolutely, despite a sudden breakup or disappointment. Yes, absolutely. I see a lot of you are relating. Yes, I see you. I see you. I see you. I want to thank you all for your very, very valuable comments. And I'm getting ready to close this out. Have an awesome and amazing day, everybody. It's been fun. It really has. And it's been enlightening. And I thank you. All right. See you. And if in case you're wondering, I just thought I'd just wear this shirt because I think it's a beautiful shirt, number one. And it's time. It's time to usher in some beauty. Okay. And some pink and some greens and stuff like that and live. All right, everybody. I'm out. I'll see you again soon.